The Dodgers should pass on Munetaka Murakami, and here's why. To summarize, Murakami is a superstar in Japan's Nippon Professional Baseball League. He played his first full season in 2019 and broke records in 2022 when he hit a whopping 56 home runs with 134 RBIs on the season. That's Murakami's clear upside. His 45-day posting window opened on November 8, and he has until December 22 to sign an MLB contract as a free agent. So why do I think the Dodgers should pass on Murakami? Number one reason, there are two. Number one is his hitting profile. Even though he had that record-breaking season in 2022 when he hit 56 home runs, and did well in a partial season in 2025 after recovering from an oblique injury, he hit 22 home runs and drove in 47 runs, I think the strikeouts are too big of an issue for Murakami. Looking at his career numbers here, we have three statistics: whiff rate, strikeout percentage, and in-zone contact. That whiff rate at his peak in 2022 was 31.7%, and since then it's risen to 36.7%, even reaching 37.3% in 2024. That strikeout percentage was down at around major league average at 20.9%. Since then, it's just skyrocketed to 28.6%. That's nearly striking out in a third of your plate appearances. And one of the biggest reasons is because of the in-zone contact just not being there. The major league average is 82.5%. Murakami, even in his peak, was at 77.1% with this stat. Since then, it's dropped. In 2025, he had an in-zone contact rate of 72.6%. So am I saying that Murakami has no value for a major league team? Absolutely not. I just don't think he is the right fit for the Dodgers right now with the needs that they have. Why? Because the Dodgers already have a 3 true outcome type hitter, Max Muncy. Looking at some of their hitting stats side by side, here's a graph of stats for these two hitters since 2019. The red line shows K percentage, teal line is walk percentage. The straight horizontal lines are approximate MLB averages for both of these stats. You can see here that they both have above average walk rates, and then you can see there the years at the very bottom. You trace that to see Murakami's peak there in 2022 when his K rate was at its all-time lowest, and since then he's still hitting home runs at an above average clip, but the strikeout rate has ballooned and the walk rate has dropped. You can see Max Muncy's stats on the right. He walks a lot, he hits home runs at a consistent rate, and he historically over the years has had an above average strikeout rate as well. The Dodgers already have a 3 true outcome hitter. They don't need another. And why can we say that? It's because the Dodgers' biggest weakness, at least one of them, in this past postseason was how much this lineup struck out. In their plate appearances over the course of the whole postseason, the Dodgers struck out in 23.8% of those plate appearances. That's an above average rate. So I think if the Dodgers target a hitter, I would prefer they go after a guy who can fill in the same role as what Ernie Clement or Andres Gimenez do for the Toronto Blue Jays. I'd like to see them go after Steven Kwan. They were this close to acquiring him at the deadline in 2025. I really wanted that trade to go down. Maybe it'll happen over the offseason. I think a player like that, a true contact hitter, will fill in the roles, the spots, the empty spots that the Dodgers have better than Murakami would, at least in this current state of the roster for the Dodgers. Now, second reason is defensive positioning. Murakami is a corner infielder, first base, third base, and he's a negative defensive run saved player at either position. So he's not going to really be a defensive upgrade for either position for the Dodgers. At third base, they have Muncy under 1 more year of club control. Freddie has 2 more years under his contract. So let's just play through a scenario. The Dodgers are not going to be moving off of Freddie Freeman at first. So let's say they put Murakami at third. Where do you put Muncy? You can put Muncy at second. He's seen some time there in his career in the past, but then you're missing out on Tommy Edman's Gold Glove Award winning defense at that position. His range, his arm, and then you'd be sending Tommy Edman probably to the outfield. What's the issue there? Well, this past year, Tommy Edman struggled a lot with ankle issues. He's currently getting off-season surgery to fix that, but we don't know what his mobility, his range will be like if they want to put him in the outfield consistently on an everyday sort of basis. I think there's too many question marks, and he's not a big enough defensive upgrade to justify the move for the defensive side of the ball. Plus, you factor in the big deal he's going to be asking for. He's not a Roki Sasaki type of situation where they're considered an international amateur signing. He's going to want a deal worth millions of dollars for multiple years. I just don't think it's a very cost-efficient move for the Dodgers, considering the current state of their roster. But what do you guys think? Should the Dodgers pursue Munetaka Murakami? And if not, who is the top player you would want to see the Dodgers pursue during this offseason? Thank you so much for watching this video. Go Dodgers! My name is Alan Ruiz, and I'll see you on the next episode of All Things Dodgers.